Friday night in New Braunfels. It is windy, but it is baseball weather for folks as we welcome you to the campus of Canyon High School, where tonight your Tigers takes on the first place Canyon Cougars out of New Braunfels. And with that, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball on Vype Live. I am Melvin Jones. Tonight, your Tigers try to rebound from a very difficult defeat back on Tuesday night against Buda Johnson, losing that game 6-2 in a very competitive game all the way up until the bottom of the sixth inning, where the Tigers gave up 4 runs off of 4 errors and no hits. They look to rebound from that defeat. They're facing a team tonight that they no-hit back a few weeks ago, but the same team is the hottest team in the district. They are in first place. They lead Buda Johnson by a game. They lead the Tigers by 2 games, and I am talking about the Cougars out of Canyon. Canyon's last game was also on Tuesday night as they defeated Bernie Champion by a final score of 7-3. They roll into this game tonight with a district record of 8-1, 16-4 overall. Your Tigers walks into this game in third place, 6-3 in district, 13-9 overall, with 7 games remaining in the season before it is playoff time. As the players continue to warm up, the field continues to be prepared. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, pregame introductions, national anthem, first pitch, all coming up here from New Braunfels. Tigers and Canyon coming up tonight here from the campus of Canyon High School and Cougar Stadium. And you are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Hey high schoolers, are you interested in a career in sports media? Vype can help. Launched in 2017, our Vype U Ambassador Program is a one-of-a-kind educational scholarship program that offers high school students a chance to gain hands-on experience in the sports media field. Vype U also gives students a platform to build their portfolio of creative work under the guidance of Vype's seasoned professionals. From covering games to publishing photos, writing articles, and conducting on-camera interviews, each Vype U ambassador receives an immersive experience geared toward their interests, while promoting their own school and preparing them for their future. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out more about Vype U today.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Interested in Vype Campus? Vype Campus brings our popular citywide media days right to your doorstep. As a Vype Campus client, we will work with you to help you take advantage of our unique campus model to build a unique experience for your school. From media day photo shoots of all your athletes to game day coverage, broadcasts and live streams, video and digital content, hype videos, the Vype U program, same-day graphics, and of course your very own campus magazine, Vype Campus is truly whatever you want it to be. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out how to join Vype Campus today.
Friday night in New Braunfels as we get it ready for district game number 10. Welcome back to Canyon High School. Melvin Jones here, Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Tonight, Jackson Conover gets to start on the bump for the Tigers. He's going to be opposing Will Canalicchio for Canyon in this very crucial district game. Third road game in a row for the Tigers. They are on the road once again tomorrow afternoon as we head to Bernie, Texas to take on the champion Chargers. Coverage for that game begin at 12:50 with pregame. 1 o'clock first pitch tomorrow afternoon right here on Vype Live. But first is first. Tonight's game against the first place Canyon Cougars. Very critical here. Canyon's long loss came to us back about a month ago when Brandon Arvison threw a no-hitter, and the Tigers won that game 3-1. Tigers with 3 defeats this season. 2 against two against Buda Johnson, and a third against Alamo Heights. So the Tigers with a lot to play for, as well as Canyon, as the 2 head coaches continue talking to the umpires. So we are almost ready for the pregame festivities here at Canyon. Nice crowd out tonight for this district game. Friday night high school sports here in Texas. You cannot beat it. The atmosphere, electric here. As to my right, the players, they look very loose and they're ready to go. Short fence here at Canyon. 310 to the right field pole, 325 to the left field pole, dead center, 365. So a lot of dimensions here in this field. We could see some home runs going out tonight. The wind is starting to calm down just a tad, as about an hour ago it was howling. Coach Payne, as we are shaking hands, we'll turn it over to the public address announcer here at Canyon for the pregame festivities.
Alrighty, fans, it's baseball time in Texas. Welcome to Cougar Field for tonight's game between the Dripping Springs Tigers and your Canyon Cougars. We will start off with the lineups, starting with Dripping Springs. Leading off and playing third base, number 11, Aiden Perry. Batting second and playing second base, number 3, Aiden Dennis. Batting third, the shortstop, number 22, Nico Ruidas. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 1, Mason Ashlock. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 25, Brandon Arvidsson. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 10, Parker Cook. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 15, Rylan Mahoney. Batting eighth and catching, number 21, Matthew Schindler. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 5, Luke Hudson. Your starting pitcher for the Tigers, number 6, Jackson Conover. And now for your Canyon Cougars, leading off and playing right field, number 25, Blake Hollingshead. Batting second and playing first base, number 5, E.J. Garcia. Batting third, the catcher, number 3, Robbie Lopez. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 22, Will Canalicchio. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 13, Isaac Iareta-Goyena. Batting sixth and playing left field, number 10, Evan Jenner. Batting 7th, your designated hitter, number 4, Chandler Banks. Batting 8th and playing third base, number 12, Bryce Garza. Batting 9th, the shortstop, number 17, Deuce Adams. Your starting second baseman for the Cougars, number 2, Sam Ortiz. And welcome to the field, the rest of the Cougars. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats. We will honor our country with the playing of the national anthem. The flag is over the left field wall.
Nice rendition of the national anthem as Will Canalicchio on the bump for Canyon. And he's going to start with the 2 Aidens and Nico to begin this game on this Friday night here in New Braunfels. 79 degrees right now. As the winds right now are moving southeast at 10 miles per hour. Canalicchio, the big lefty, has a left-hander in Aiden Perry to begin this ball game. AP, AD, Nico Ruedas to begin this ball game tonight. As Aiden Perry continues to wait on Canalicchio. Third road game in a row for the Tigers. They'll finish out this road trip tomorrow afternoon in Bernie Champion. Back in the jungle Thursday night. Coach Payne now heads over to the third base side as AP now steps up to the batter's box. 7:04 local time for this first pitch of this ball game, and Aiden Perry slices it foul. 0-1 now on AP. There is a softball game going on next door as well. And a quick timeout. And we're going to acknowledge the national anthem going on next door as the home plate umpire called time. You don't hear that too often. National anthem being played back to back. And now AP is back in the box. We're ready to go once again. Canalicchio now readies the 0-1. And he fires it. And that's inside. 1-1 now on Aiden Perry. Aiden Dennis in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. No score, top of the first. Aiden Perry leading off. Canalicchio fires. That is high and outside. 2-1 now on Aiden Perry. Tigers dugout is hyped tonight. A lot looser than on Tuesday night. Canalicchio fires a 2-1. That is inside. 3 balls and a strike now on Aiden Perry. AP being very patient tonight. She steps back in the box. The 3-1. Canalicchio, he fires it. And Aiden Perry pops it. It is high. Is it going to stay in play? It is not. Into the Cougar bullpen. Full count now on Aiden Perry. Nice battle out here to begin this ball game. Critical game for this Tiger team. Coming into this game 6-3 in district play. And Canalicchio fires a 3-2. And Aiden Perry slices it in the right field, but is caught out there by Hollingshead for the first out of this ball game. And here it comes, Aiden Dennis. Aiden Dennis tonight starting at second base. His first shot now at Canalicchio tonight. And Dennis swings and misses for strike one. 0-1 on Aiden Dennis. Nico Ruedas in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. No one on and one out here in the top of the first as Canalicchio fires the 0-1 and Aiden Dennis fouls it to the back net. 0-2 now on AD. AD now back in the box. Canalicchio ahead on the count, 0-2, and he fires it, and that is inside, a ball and 2 strikes now to Aiden Dennis. Pitching rise on Tuesday. Brandon Arvison was fantastic. He was accredited with 5 of those runs in that crazy bottom of the 6th as AD swings and misses, and he strikes out as the catcher throws it over the first. First strikeout tonight for Canalicchio. Second out of this inning. Here comes Nico.
Number 22, Nico Ruedas.
Nico, who has been hot at the plate, stand tall to take on Canalicchio right now. And Canalicchio fires. Nico swings and misses for strike one. 0-1 now to Nico. Mason Ashlock in the on-deck circle if Nico can get on. Canalicchio now fires the 0-1. That is high and outside. Evens the count up at a ball and a strike. 2 outs, no one on here in the top of the first. As Nico looks to be the first runner on for the Tigers tonight. As Canalicchio fires. Nico swings and misses for strike 2. 1-2 now to Nico. And Nico looks like he's ready to go. Canalicchio with the 1-2. He fires it, and that is inside. Deuce is wild for Nico. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for 22. Nico now back in the box. Canalicchio fires the 2-2. Nico swings and misses in second strikeout for Canalicchio. And the Tigers go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. Jackson Conover and the Tiger defense coming up in the bottom of the first. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Tigers went down in order in the top of the first. And now Blake Hollinshead, E.J. Garcia, Robbie Lopez, the three that are due up for the Cougars in the bottom of the first. As Jackson looks like he's ready to go. Matt Schindler went out, talked to his pitcher. As Hollinshead now steps up for Canyon. Jackson has been pitching fantastic. 2-0 in district play. As Hollinshead fouls it out in right field. 0-1 now on Hollinshead. As Jackson now fires the 0-1. Hollinshead swings and misses for strike two. Nice off-speed pitch there from Conover. 0-2 now to Hollinshead. Jackson now ready to see 0-2, and he fires it. Hollinshead pops it up. Brandon Arvison is underneath it, and he catches it for the very first out of this inning. Here comes E.J. Garcia playing first base tonight for the Cougars.
The first baseman, E.J. Garcia.
Garcia, of course, pitched in that first game. Tigers won that one 3-1 off of the no-hitter from Brandon Arvison. He's playing at first tonight. As Jackson fires the first pitch, and that catches the inside corner for strike one. 0-1 now to Garcia. Robbie Lopez in the on-deck circle for the Cougs. Jackson now with the 0-1. That's high and inside. Count is even now. Ball and a strike. As now Jackson, being patient, fires the 1-1. Outside corner with a strike. Ball and two strikes now to E.J. Garcia. No one on and one out. Bottom of the first. We are scoreless. Conover fires the 1-2. High and inside as Garcia got out of the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jackson with the 2-2. Garcia over to AP. AP got a hustle and got it. And he's off the bag. Mace got off the bag, tried to tag Garcia. It counted as a hit. Infield single for E.J. Garcia. And that brings up Robbie Lopez with 1 on and 1 out. Here in the bottom of the first. Great hustle out there by Garcia with the infield hit. Jackson now fires. That's outside. Matty Ice was able to get to it. 1-0 now on Lopez. First hit against the Tigers this season for the Cougars. Schindler sets up inside as Lopez fouls it to the backstop. 1-1. Taylor Tracy still out with a back injury tonight. Hope to have him back soon. Lopez now back in the box. A ball in the strike to him. Jackson fires it, and that is low for ball 2. 2-1 now to Robbie Lopez. The opposing pitcher, Will Canalicchio, in the on-deck circle for Canyon. As Jackson tosses it over to first, Garcia was able to get back with no problem. 2 balls, 1 strike to Robbie Lopez. Jackson fires the 2-1, and that is well outside. 3 balls and a strike now to Lopez. Let's see if Jackson could get the double play ball. Jackson fires. That is high, and he walks Lopez. Now Cougars with 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom half of the first. Here comes Will Canalicchio for Canyon. As we are going to have a courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner at first base, Wyatt West.
There's Wyatt West now at first base for Canyon.
Now batting the pitcher,
Canalicchio now
Canalicchio.
up to bat with 2 on and 1 out. Jackson now trying to get out of trouble. Canalicchio bounces it straight to Mason Ashlock, and Mays picks it up. He does get the force at first for the second out of the inning. The runners do advance the second and third. And Isaac Y coming up to bat for Canyon. He has 2 on, 2 outs. Bottom of the first. We are still scoreless. As Conover fires the pitch. Nice pitch by Jackson for strike 1. 0-1 now to Isaac Y. Evan Janner in the on-deck circle for Canyon. As the Y chance comes from his own dugout. And Y slices it. Great stop there by Jackson. Nika's going to have trouble getting him, and he can't get him, and the Cougars scores the first run of this ball game, and they lead 1-0. Another infield hit for Canyon.
The left fielder, Evan Janner.
As they take the lead. RBI single for Isaac Y. Evan Janner now up to bat. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. Jackson, first pitch, tad bit outside, 4 ball 1, 1-0 now on Janner. Chandler Banks in the on-deck circle for Canyon. Jackson fires. He catches the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 now to Janner. As Jackson tosses it over to first. Isaac Y gets back there, no problem. A ball and a strike to Janner. 2 outs, 1-0. Canyon. Jackson. Nice pitch once again. Isaac Y takes the base. Stolen base. So now the Cougars, runners at second and third. 2 outs. They lead 1-0. And a 1-2 count to Evan Janner. Conover fires the 1-2. That is borderline, and it's going to even the count up at 2-2. And Jackson now fires the 2-2. And that is high and outside. Full count now on Jenner. As Conover fires the 3-2. And that is inside and low. And now the bases are jacked for Canyon. That's Chandler Banks now. Comes up. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and a 1-0 lead. Jackson is hoping to get out of this inning, just giving up the 1 run. Second walk this inning for Jackson Conover. As Banks now steps up to the plate. Jackson fires, and Banks fouls it off. 0-1. To the designated hitter. Bryce Garza in the on-deck circle for Canyon. Cougars lead 1-0. Jackson Conover fires the 0-1. And he couldn't get the call that time, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Jackson now fires the 1-1, and Banks slices it foul and out of play into right field. A ball and 2 strikes once again. Jackson has been ahead on a lot of counts. Just hasn't finished the job yet. Jackson now is ready. The 1-2 coming up, and he fires it, and Banks pops it up. Tough play, and it is dropped right in front of Parker Cook. 1 run comes in to score. Another run comes in to score. 3-0 now. As it dropped right in front of Parker Cook.
The third baseman, Bryce Garza.
Third hit. 3 came in on that one, so it's 4-0 Canyon. As Garza now, with a runner on third, he pops it foul and out of play. Tigers with another rough start to begin the ball game. And now the Cougs with a 4-0 lead with a runner on third. That was a tough play out there for Parker Cook. He couldn't make it. And that pitch goes outside and behind Matt Schindler. And another run comes in to score, and it's 5-0 Canyon. This is the 3rd time this district season that the Tigers have given up 5 in the first inning. And now Jackson fires. Garza gets a base hit in the left field. And now the 9th hitter this inning comes up for Canyon, and it is Deuce Adams. Four hits, 5 runs. Coach Reynolds to go and talk to Jackson Conover. We talked about these slow starts for the Tigers last week. They were pretty good, both against Tybee and Buda Johnson. But now giving up 5 once again. 5-0 Canyon. The 9th hitter this inning, Deuce Adams, is up against Jackson Conover. Runner on first, 2 outs. And Canyon leads 5-0. Garza takes the lead off of first. Jackson now fires the first pitch, and it's popped up. It's going to be another tough play. Is Mace going to be able to get it? No, it goes into the bullpen for strike 1. Four, 5, 6 coming up. Top of the second for the Tigers. Mason Ashlock, Brennan Arvison, and Parker Cook. Conover now ready to the 0-1, and he fires it. That is outside, 1-1 now on Adams. 5-0 Canyon. Bottom of the first. 4 hits for the Cougars in this inning. Jackson fires. Nice pitch for strike 2. 1-2 now to Deuce Adams. One, 2 from Jackson. And it's going to pop and go foul. Out of play once again. A lot of balls traveling into right field tonight. That's where the wind is blowing. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes to Deuce Adams. Top of the order, and Blake Hollinshead in the on-next circle for the Cougars. And it is pop high in the left field. Luke Hudson out there, and Luke grab it, and finally the Tigers get out of this inning. 4 hits, 5 runs. Rough start to begin this ball game for the Tigers. Mace, Big B, and Parker all coming up for the Tigers in the top of the second. 5-0 Cougs. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets. Millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Five nothing Canyon as Mace, Big B, Parker all due up here in the top of the seconds. We welcome you back to Canyon High School. Tigers Baseball on Vype Live. Melvin Jones here with you. Another 5-run first given up by the Tigers as the first pitch from Canalicchio goes right down the middle for strike 1. Tigers have dug themselves out of this hole before. Let's see if they can do it tonight. Canalicchio fires, and it is popped, and Mace cannot get it over the head of Ortiz, and that is the first out of this inning.
Number 25, Braden Durst.
Here comes Big B now. Brandon, of course, had that 2-run home run on Tuesday night. He was fantastic on the mound. The 6th inning undid all of the good that happened to him, though. And the first pitch from Canalicchio, and Arvison swings and misses for strike 1. 0-1 now on Big B. Parker Cook in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. 1 out, no one on. Top of the second. 5-0 Canyon. Canalicchio fires. And that pitch is low for ball 1. 1-1 now to Brandon Arvison. Tigers need to get themselves out of this hole once again. Canalicchio now, the big lefty. Fires the 1-1. And that is away. 2-1 now to Brandon Arvison. Big B now. Back in the box. Canalicchio fires the 2-1. And that is outside. 3 balls and a strike now. Good eye by Brandon Arvison. Arvison now back in the box. Canalicchio looks like he's ready to go. He fires a 3-1. Brandon Arvison slices it in the right center for a base hit. First hit tonight for the Tigers. And it comes off the bat of their big senior.
Number 10, Parker Cook.
1 out, 1 on. Here comes Parker Cook. Parker now has a chance to get Brandon Arvison over. Canalicchio now. Long look. And he fires the first pitch to Parker. And that is low and away. 1-0 now to Parker Cook. Rylan Mahoney starting tonight as a designated hitter is in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Here comes the 1-0 to Parker. And Canalicchio fires. That is low and inside. 2-0 now to Parker Cook. Tigers fans came out tonight to New Braunfels for this Friday night attraction. 2-0 now to Parker Cook. Canalicchio fires. Parker slices it to the back net. 2-1. Tigers need this game. They don't want to fall too far behind these Cougars team. Kane has been on fire. They have won 8 in a row in district play. Canalicchio fires. And Parker pops it high. Parker Cook goes off of the wall. Great piece of hitting by Parker. And Brandon Arvison goes over the third. Parker Cook with a stand-up double. And the Tigers have runners at second and third and 1 out with Ryland coming up.
Number 15, Rylan Mahoney.
Ryland now with a chance to get at least 1 in. Lefty versus lefty with 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the second. Canalicchio now fires to Ryland, and that is inside and high for ball 1. Matty Ice is in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Canyon leads 5-0, but here comes Dripping Springs. Canalicchio fires. Ryland Mahoney slices it in the right field for a base hit, and it gets past Hollingshead. Brandon Arvison scores. And so does Parker Cook. Stand-up double for Rylan Mahoney. And the Tigers get their first 2 on the board tonight. 5-2 now, Canyon. Third consecutive hit for the Tigers. Now, Matty Ice comes up with a runner on second. And 1 out. Schindler in his normal position behind home plate against Canalicchio for the first time tonight. And that pitch catches the inside corner that time for strike 1. Seems like that's the recipe for the Tigers. Give up 5 and then come back and get a couple back. And that pitch is low for ball 1. 1-1 now on Matt Schindler. Canalicchio fires the 1-1. And that's right down the middle for strike 2. 1-2 now to Matty Ice. Matt Schindler's bat has also been on fire the last 3 or so games. Canalicchio fires. And that is outside, and the count is now even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Canalicchio now looks back at second, and Schindler that time called for time. Riley Mahoney at second base. Matt Schindler at the dish. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tigers with 2 back here in the top of the second. Matty Ice slices it to second. Ortiz gets it, and that's the second out. But Ryland advances to third. And here comes Luke Hudson, batting in the 9 hole tonight.
Number 5, Luke Hudson.
Luke with a runner at third, 2 outs. As Canalicchio fires the first pitch to Luke, right down the middle for strike 1. 0-1 now to the senior. Luke, of course, arguably the fastest player on this Tiger team. Canalicchio gets him. Luke bounces a dribbler. It's going to be trouble, and it is. They got him out. Coach Reynolds thought Luke was safe. Great play out there. Tough play, but they got Luke out. And that is the end of the second for the Tigers, but they do get 2 back. And Canyon now leads 5-2. Top of the order, Hollingshead, Garcia, Lopez, all coming up for Canyon. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care. The sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Top of the order for the Cougars. They lead 5-2. Tigers getting 2 back the top half of the inning. Hollingshead slices it over the head of Aiden Perry, and a base hit for Blake Hollingshead to start off this second inning.
The first baseman, E.J. Garcia.
Here comes Garcia. Garcia tonight 1 for 1 with an infield single back in the first. 5th hit tonight for the Cougars. As Jackson now fires the first pitch. Garcia shows bunt, and he takes the strike, and is 0-1 now on E.J. Garcia. Robbie Lopez in the on-next circle for Canyon. Jackson Conover fires the 0-1, and that is inside, nearly hit Garcia that time. 1-1 to the first baseman. Garcia showing bunt again. And he pulls it back. He slices it foul just past third base. A ball and 2 strikes now to Garcia. Jackson now ready to 1-2, and he fires it. And Garcia slices it foul off of the net, and the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. (5-2) Canyon. Jackson shakes off the first pitch. He likes this one. He fires it. Garcia pops it high. Brennan Arvison is underneath it. He gets it for the first out of this second inning. Hollinshead goes back to first. And here is Robbie Lopez. Lopez tonight drew a walk back in the first. The wind is absolutely not a factor anymore as the sun begins to set here in New Braunfels. Jackson fires, and that pitch is foul tipped by Lopez. 0-1. Will Canalicchio in the on-deck circle for Canyon. 5-2 Cougars. Hollinshead taking the lead off of first. Jackson Conover fires the 0-1, and it goes past Matt Schindler. And Hollinshead had a rough slide in the second, but he gets there. That time, pass ball there by Matty Ice. Runner advanced to second base. Lopez now face 1-1 on Jackson Conover. Conover fires, and it is sliced foul. Oh, that was close. Man, that was close. Great effort out there by Mason Ashlock. That barely went foul. Ball and 2 strikes now to Robbie Lopez with a runner on second. As Hollinshead is back at second. A ball and 2 strikes now to Lopez. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Jackson goes low that time, and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jackson now looks over at second, fires the 2-2. And it's going to be caught out there in right field by Parker Cook for the second out of this inning. And now here is Canalicchio, 1 on and 2 outs. Canalicchio tonight, 0 for 1. Grounding right into the glove of Mason Ashlock back in the first. As now Jackson could calm down just a little bit. He fires, and that pitch goes well inside. Great glove there by Matt Schindler. 1-0 on Canalicchio. Isaac Y in the on-deck circle for Canyon. Here comes the 1-0 to Canalicchio, and that's outside. 2-0 now on the opposing pitcher. Jackson looking better this inning. Schindler sets up on the inside. Jackson takes 2 looks at second, a third look. He fires the 2-0. Canalicchio pops it high. Underneath it is Luke Hudson, and Luke grabs it to get out of this inning. Better half inning there for Jackson Conover, and that is the end of the second inning. Top of the order for the Tigers, the 2 Aidens and Nico coming up in the top of the third. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Nico, all coming up here in the top of the third as we welcome you back. The Canyon High School Cougar Field here in New Braunfels, Texas. Melvin Jones here with you. Tiger baseball on Vype Live. 5-2 Canyon. Tigers got two back in the top of the second. Here it comes. Aiden Perry. AP tonight 0 for 1. Flying to right. Back in the first. Tigers 2 runs off of 3 hits. Cougs 5 runs off of 5 hits. That's Canalicchio now. Fires the first pitch of the third inning. And AP swings and misses for strike 1. 0-1 now to Aiden Perry. Canalicchio is set. AP is also. He fires the 0-1. That is outside and low. 1-1. Tigers are back at home Thursday night against Alamo Heights for the final time in district play. Their next home game 6 days from tonight. And Aiden Perry looks at strike 2. This is also the Tigers' final appearance here at Canyon as the Tigers move up to 6A. A ball and 2 strikes now to Aiden Perry. Canalicchio fires, and AP slices one in the center field for a base hit. And the Tigers get the lead hitter on for the first time tonight. And here is AD. AD tonight, 0 for 1, striking out back in the first. Nico in the on-deck circle. Tigers are in business here in the third inning. Canalicchio fires. AD shows bunts. He lays out a bunt, and it bounces off. And now Aiden Perry gets tagged out at second as he thought the ball was caught. Fielder's choice there. Aiden Dennis is on. 1 away, though. Here in the third inning. Here comes Nico. Nico, 0 for 1 also. He also struck out back in the first. Canalicchio looks back at first. He fires to Nico, and that pitch is outside for ball 1. One and 0 to Nico. Canalicchio fires. Outside once again, 2-0 on Nico. Mason Ashlock in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Let's see if Nico can get on. The 2-0 now coming from Canalicchio to Nico. And that pitch is low. 3 balls, no strikes on Nico Ruedas. Canalicchio fires, and there's a strike for Canalicchio. 3-1 now to Nico. (5-2) Cougs. Runner on second for the Tigers. And Nico gets on, and the Tigers with 2 on. Here in the top of the third, and 1 away. Here comes Mace. Ashlock tonight, 0 for 1. Popping up to second base. Back last inning. And now Mace back in the box. Canalicchio looks over at second. Does it again. He fires the first pitch to Mace, and that is high for ball 1. 1-0 now to Ashlock. Big B is in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. 5-2 Canyon. Tigers are rolling now. That pitch is well outside. 2-0 now on Mason Ashlock. And timeout this time by Canyon. And now we're going to get a mound visit. Gives Coach Payne some time to talk to Mason Ashlock, Aiden Dennis, and Nico Redis. Don't forget, folks, tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. first pitch at Burning Champion. Tigers' final game of this 4-game road stretch. We'll be on the air at 12:50 with pregame right here on Vype Live. As we are rounding down the second half of this district play. Burning Champion tomorrow, back in the jungle Thursday evening against Alamo Heights for the final time. So a lot of final times coming up as Oni Buta Johnson will move over to 6A with the Tigers next season. 2-0 now to Mace, and Mace calls timeout. Ashlock now. Ready for the 2-0. Canalicchio fires. That pitch is outside once again. 3 balls, no strikes. Canalicchio a pitch away from loading the bases. Mace being patient out there. Canalicchio ready for 3-0. And he fires it. Outside corner, and Mace looks at strike 1. 3-1 now to the first baseman. Here comes the 3-1 from Canalicchio. And Mace swings and misses. Strong cut there by Ashlock. But the count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Canalicchio now looks back at second. Long look at second, actually. He fires a 3-2, and Mace swings and misses, and Ashlock goes down on strikes. 3rd strikeout tonight for Will Canalicchio. 2 away here in the 3rd inning. And here comes big Brandon Arvidsson.
Number 25, Brandon Arvidsson.
Big B tonight. 0 for 1, single back last inning. He has 2 on now. Brandon Arvidsson has a flair for the dramatics as Canalicchio fakes the throw. Brandon Arvidsson out of the box. And now Canalicchio fires. Brandon Arvidsson hits it. It's to Ortiz. Ortiz grabs it, and he fires the first, and then gets the Cougars out of the inning. So the Tigers with a lead-off single by AP, and that was all. 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on as we played 2.5. Canyon still leads by a score of 5-2. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away, but they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
Isaac Y, Evan Janner, Chandler Banks, all due up this half inning for Canyon. 5-2 Cougs. So we welcome you back to Canyon High School. Melvin Jones here with you. Isaac Y hits it and drops it in the right field for a base hit to lead off this third inning for Canyon.
Left fielder, Evan Janner.
Here comes Evan Janner. 1 on, no outs. 6th hit tonight for Canyon. Janner now into the box. Jackson Conover fires the first pitch. Isaac Y takes off. Matt Schindler, and he is safe. And I was looking for Coach Payne to maybe come out the dugout, but that was close. Isaac Y with a stolen base. That was a close one, though. So now the runner at second base. Conover looks back over at second. He fires. And that is just a tad bit wide. Evens up the count, 1-1. Jackson now looks back at second. He fires. Swing and miss. Does Janner. A ball and 2 strikes now. To the left fielder. Chandler Banks in the on-deck circle for Canyon. Jackson Conover fires up 1-2 and got him. And that is the first strikeout tonight for Jackson Conover. And the first out of this third inning. And here comes Chandler Banks. Banks with a triple back in the first. Brought home 3. One for one is Banks. Jackson Conover fires. Banks swings and misses for strike 1. The ball gets away from Matt Schindler. Matt Schindler cannot get it to Aiden Perry quick enough. So now Isaac Y is sitting at third with 1 out. Oh and 1 now to Banks. Jackson now looks over at third. He fires the 0-1. Banks slices it. Foul. 0-2 now to the designated hitter. Strikeout will be fantastic for Conover right now. As Banks heads back in the box. Down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Jackson is ready. He fires. Banks pops it high, and it's going to go foul. Almost hit a little girl. That was really close. Bryce Garza is in the on-deck circle for Canyon. Jackson. Ready. The 0-2. Banks. And that's high. 1-2 now to Chandler Banks. Conover now readies the 1-2, and he fires it. Banks pops it, foul off of the net. Count remains, a ball and 2 strikes. As Hayden Dunn quickly grabbed the baseball. Cheers from the Tiger crowd. The 1-2 now to Banks. Swing and miss, back-to-back Ks for Jackson Conover. 2 away now here in the 3rd inning.
The third baseman, Bryce Garza.
Here's Garza. Garza 1 for 1. He had a single back in the 1st. After giving up a leadoff single, Jackson Conover comes back with back-to-back strikeouts. Bryce Garza now swings. Jackson is going to pick it up, throws over to Mason Ashlock, and that will do it for the Cougars. 3rd inning, 1 hit, and that is all, nothing more, nothing less. Tigers playing a lot better than they did in that 1st inning. After 3, Canyon leads 5-2. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Mahoney and Matty Ice all coming up here at the top of the 4th. Melvin Jones back here with you, 5-2 Canyon. But the Tigers have been playing a lot better since that 1st inning. As Canalicchio fires high hit for Parker Cook, and he barely gets tagged out at first. But that is the first out of this 4th inning. And here is Ryland Mahoney. Ryland tonight, 1 for 1 with a double back in the 2nd. Canalicchio ready for the first pitch. He fires it, and that is well outside. 1-0 now to Ryland Mahoney. Matty Ice, Matt Schindler in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Here's the 1-0 now to Ryland. And that is into the dirt and to the backstop. 2-0 now on Ryland. Two balls, no strikes to our designated hitter tonight. Canalicchio fires a 2-0, and that's in the dirt once again. 3 balls, no strikes to Ryland. Mahoney with a great eye tonight at home plate. Here comes the 3-0 from Canalicchio, and he fires it. And Ryland with a 4-pitch walk, and he is on. And here comes Matty Ice. Schindler tonight, 0 for 1. Grounding out back in the 2nd. He has a runner on and one out. Schindler gets on. I would suspect Hayden Dunn will come out to courtesy run. Let's hope he gets on first. Ryland dancing at first right now. Canalicchio fires the first pitch, and Schindler swings and misses for strike one, and is 0-1 now on Matty Ice. 5-2, top of the fourth. Canalicchio now fires the 0-1, and that goes right past Lopez. Lopez tosses over the second, and Ryland gets in, and Ryland takes away the double play opportunity for Canyon. 1-1 now to Matt Schindler. Canalicchio looks back at second, and he fires. Matty Ice swings, and he foul tips it. Ball and 2 strikes now to Schindler. Five-2, top of the fourth. Ryland Mahoney at second base for the Tigers. Canalicchio looks back at second twice. He fires. Schindler bounces it foul to the third base side. Count remains. A ball and 2 strikes. Huge game for the Tigers tonight, especially after that loss to Buda Johnson back on Tuesday night. They need this one to stay alive for first place. And that pitch is high. Evens the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Schindler. Luke Hudson in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Canalicchio looks back at second. Here's the 2-2. And it is flew out to left field. It's going to travel foul. Nice cut there by Matt Schindler. Another 10 feet over. He would have had himself a home run. Count remains 2-2. As Canalicchio ready to 2-2. And this time, Schindler calls time. Two balls and 2 strikes. As Canalicchio fakes it. Ryland heads back to second. Schindler back in the box. The 2-2. And got him. Got him looking. Strikeout number 4 for Will Canalicchio. 2 gone now here in the 4th inning. And here comes Luke Hudson. Luke tonight 0 for 1. Runner on second, 2 outs. 5-2 Canyon. Luke swings and misses for strike 1. 0-1 now on Luke. Top of the order. And Aiden Perry in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Canalicchio looks back at second, and he fires. And Luke looks at strike 2. 0-2 now to Canalicchio. Excuse me, to Luke. Luke Perry now. Hudson readies, and Canalicchio goes wide 1-2. I was thinking 90210 when I said Luke Perry. Luke Hudson now. Down in the count, the ball and 2 strikes. Canalicchio long look at second. Does it again. Does it a third time. And he fires the 1-2 to Luke. Luke swings and misses. and Canaluccio gets out with his 5th strikeout of this ball game. Tiger leads 1. They trail 5-2 as we are halfway through this ball game. 5-2, Canyon with the lead. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
First inning, the Tigers have only given up 2 cents. And swing and foul that time goes Deuce Adams. 0-1. 6 hits thus far for Canyon. They lead 5-2. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Jackson fires the 0-1. And that catches the outside corner. 0-2 now on Deuce Adams. Top of the order. And Blake Hollinshead in the on-deck circle for Canyon. Jackson Conover fires the 0-2. Adams pops it high. Underneath it is Parker Cook. Parker lost it for a minute underneath the lights, but he did get him for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. One away and the top of the order, and Blake Hollinshead comes up. Hollinshead tonight, 1 for 2. Flying out to center in the first inning, singling in the second. Jackson Conover settled down after that first inning. Here's the first pitch to Hollinshead, and that is high for ball 1. One and 0 now to Hollinshead. Jackson fires the 1-0, and Hollinshead foul tips it. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. E.J. Garcia in the on-deck circle for Canyon. Conover is ready. Here comes the 1-1 from Jackson. And close call. Blue is going to give it to Hollinshead, and it's 2-1. As Jackson ready for 2-1, and he fires it right down the middle for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Blake Hollinshead. Conover fires the 2-2. Hollinshead pops it high, going deep, and at the warning track, Luke Hudson grabs it for the second out of this inning. 2 away, and up comes E.J. Garcia. Garcia tonight 1 for 2, singling back in the first, flying out to center, back in the second. Rough first inning continues, but the Tigers have settled down. Conover fires the first pitch to Garcia, and that goes low for ball 1. Tigers looking to retire the Cougars for the first time in order tonight. Jackson fires outside corner for a strike one. 1-1 now on Garcia. Here comes the 1-1 from Jackson. Garcia gets it over to Aiden Perry, and AP retires him for the pullout. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers. Great inning defensively for the Tigers, and they finally retire the Cougars in order. Top of the order coming up for the Tigers and the top of the fifth. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. P.A.D. Nico coming up for the Tigers. 5-2 Canyon. Here in the top of the fifth, Melvin Jones back here with you. As this game has slowed down tremendously from what it was in the top of the first. As AP steps up to the dish. AP tonight 1 for 2, flying out to right in the first, singling back in the third. Canalicchio still out there dealing for Canyon. And AP looks at ball one. 1-0 now to Aiden Perry. Canalicchio ready for the 1-0. He fires it. And that hits AP. And for the second time tonight, Aiden Perry gets on. And with 1 on, no outs, here is Aiden Dennis. AD tonight, 0 for 1. He got on back at the third on the fielder's choice. And a crazy, crazy play where Aiden Perry thought the third baseman was going to catch it. He didn't. Canalicchio fires back to first, and AP safely gets back there. The first pitch to Aiden Dennis. Canalicchio fires it. And AD looks at ball one. 1-0 now to AD. Canalicchio now fires back to first. Aiden Perry slides in safely. Nico's in the on-deck circle. No outs. Aiden Perry at first. 5-2 Canyon. Top of the fifth. Will Canalicchio still out there for Canyon. And he fires back over to first. And Aiden Perry gets picked off. AP with another base running blunder. Coach Reynolds wasn't happy about that one. 1 out now here in this fifth inning. Looked like he kind of stumbled in the dirt. Here's the 1-0 now to Aiden Dennis. That pitch is outside, 2-0. Two balls, no strike to Aiden Dennis. Canalicchio fires. And that is low. 3-0 now on Aiden Dennis. Nico would love to come up with at least one runner on. Canalicchio now. Ready to 3-0. And he got a strike that time as Aiden Dennis thought he had ball 4. 3-1 now on our second baseman tonight. Canalicchio fires 3-1. And that's another strike. And again, Aiden Dennis thought he had a bag. Full count now on Aiden Dennis. And Coach Payne this time is going to argue this one. Now he's actually going to talk to Aiden Dennis. Three balls, 2 strikes to Aiden Dennis. 1 away, top of the 5th. Canalicchio. He's taking his time. He fires a 3-2, and that pitch is outside. And that time, AD does get his bag. 1 on and 1 out for Nico. Nico tonight, 0 for 1. Striking out in the first. He did walk back in the third. Tigers trail 5-2. They have a runner on first and 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Canalicchio now faces Nico for the 3rd time tonight. And Nico looks at strike 1, 0-1 to the senior. Mason Ashlock in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And a chance of Neek coming from the Tiger dugout. And Neek pops it, and it's high. Lopez is underneath it. Lopez grabs it for the 2nd out of this inning. Nico's now 0 for 2 tonight. Here comes Mace. 2 outs and a runner on first. Mace tonight 0 for 2. He struck out back in the 3rd. Aiden Dennis still at first base. Canalicchio fires back to first. And AD slides in safely. Brendan Arvidsson is in the on-deck circle if Mace could get on. Canalicchio fires to Mace, and that is outside for ball 1. 1-0 now to Mason Ashlock. Here is the 1-0. And Mace pops it high in the center field. Isaac Wide underneath it. He grabs it, and that will end the 5th inning. So the Tigers got the lead hitter on. Aiden Perry was picked off. And they lead Aiden Dennis on. And at the end of 4.5, it's time to stretch. The Tigers trail 5-2 to the first place Canyon Cougars. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Five-2 Canyon here in the bottom of the fifth. Welcome back to Canyon High School. Melvin Jones here. Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Robbie Lopez, Will Canalicchio, and Isaac Wide coming up here in the bottom half of the fifth. Jackson Conover still out there dealing for the Tigers as Lopez fouls it to the backstop for strike one. Tigers needing this game tonight to stay in the race for a district crown this season. Jackson fires, and that time Lopez goes straight up the middle in the center field for a base hit. So Lopez with a leadoff single to get on. No outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Will Canalicchio now comes up with one on and no outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Wyatt West back out there to courtesy run for Canyon. As now Jackson fires. Matty Ice was right there with him. Pitches wide, 1-0. Canalicchio showed bunt. Isaac Wyatt in the on-deck circle for Canyon. West with the lead off first. Canalicchio once again shows bunt, and he took a strike that time, and it's 1-1 now on the opposing pitcher. As Jackson now readies the 1-1. He fires it. Once again, Matty Ice pops up out of his stance. But it is wide. 2 balls and a strike now to Canalicchio. West with the lead. And Jackson fires over the first. And West slides in safely. And now Schindler to talk to Jackson Conover. Conover behind in the count, 2 balls and a strike. Tigers at Bernie Champion tomorrow afternoon. Back at home against Alamo Heights next Thursday night before hosting senior night on Tuesday the 19th. That is the next 3 games for the Tigers. And nice bump by Canalicchio. AP can grab it. And the ball goes past Ashlock. And the runners are going to advance. Error that time. As Canalicchio advances all the way to second. West goes over to third.
Center fielder Isaac Iragoyena.
Throwing error that time. Jackson Conover. Isaac Wyatt coming up now. 2 on, no outs. Courtesy runner coming into the game to replace Canalicchio. And that is number 1, Trip Villanueva. As Conover now, no outs, 2 on, with probably the hottest hitter for Canyon up to the dish. And Wyatt pops it foul, and it's going to go out of play for strike 1. 0-1 to Isaac Y. Conover fires. And Schindler tried to hold it, but the ump gives the call to the batter, evens the count up at the ball and a strike. Jackson now fires the 1-1. That pitch is well outside, 2 balls and a strike to the center fielder. Evan Janner is in the on-deck circle for the Cougars. Two balls, 1 strike now to Isaac Y. And Isaac fouls it off of the net. 2-2. Conover needs an out right now without having a run score. Jackson fires the 2-2. And that's outside, full count now on Isaac Y. .82 pitches so far for Jackson Conover. He has a full count now against Isaac Y. Here's pitch number 83. Isaac Y slices it into left field, and another run is going to come in to score for Canyon, and it is 6-2 Cougars. Double RBI type for Isaac Y, his 3rd hit of the night.
The left fielder, Evan Janner.
2 RBIs so far. And Evan Jenner coming up 2 on and 2 outs. Coach Payne's now going to walk. This may do it for Jackson. Let's see who's going to get the ball. Coach Payne may just want to talk to Jackson. Next few games for the Tigers tomorrow against the Chargers, a Bernie champion, 1 p.m. Thursday night, Alamo Heights for the final time. In the Jungle, 7 p.m. Right after that, it is Veterans Memorial on the 19th, and we will follow that one up. That will be senior night 2 weeks from tonight against Lehman. Coach Payne's going to keep Jackson out there. 83 pitches for Jackson Conover tonight. (6-2) Canyon. Still no outs here in the 5th inning. Evan Janner now 0 for 1. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. No outs. And Jackson fires. That pitch is well inside for ball 1. Isaac White, the most consistent hitter for Canyon tonight. 3 for 3, 2 RBI so far. That time is popped up by Jenner. Underneath it is Parker Cook. And the runner's going to tag up 3rd. Parker's not even going to try it. Nice arm by Parker Cook. Why is safe, but that was a fantastic arm by Parker Cook. 7-2 now. Canyon. Parker was just a little quicker. He would have got the runner. 1 away, and a runner on 3rd now. Chandler Banks up to the dish. Banks tonight, 1 for 2. 3 RBI triple back in the 1st. Conover fires. And that pitch is wide, 1-0. 108. Here in the 5th inning, 7-2 Canyon. 1-0 to Banks. And Jackson fires. And he got a strike called, evens up the count, 1-1. Jackson now looks over at third. He fires the 1-1. And that pitch goes off the glove of Jackson Conover and Aiden Dennis. And they called him safe. And another run comes across the board. And it is 8-2 Canyon.
The third baseman, Bryce Garza.
As Bryce Garza comes up, 8-2. Coach Reynolds this time is coming out. That may do it. And it is, as Coach Payne's going to come over, call the sub. As Jackson goes 4 1/3. Price Donatello coming in to pitch for the Tigers. We'll let Price takes his warm-up pitches. We'll come back. 1 out and 1 on here in the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care. The sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Price Donatello into the game for the Tigers. Jackson Conover tonight, 4 1/3. 8 hits, 8 runs. 7 of those runs earned. 2 Ks, 2 walks.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Dripping Springs, number 23, Price Donatello.
Bryce Garza now up to the dish for Canyon. As Price, with his first pitch of the night, goes low for ball 1. Aiden Dennis is still out at second base. So it looks like Jackson Conover's night is completely finished. As Price tosses it back to first. And Banks gets there safely. Price now ready to 1-0. He fires it. And he gets it right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 now on Garza. 8-2 Canyon. Donatello looks back at first. And here's the 1-1 from Price. And Price got him looking for strike 2. 1-2 now to Garza. Deuce Adams in the on-deck circle for Canyon. Price now with the 1-2, and he fires back to first. At that time, Banks got back. No problems. Ball and 2 strikes now to Bryce Garza. 1 away. And an 8-2 lead for Canyon. And Price fires. Banks takes off. And Schindler couldn't get a grasp of the ball. And the count goes even on Garza as Banks still second. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Bryce Garza. Price now with a long look at second. And Garza fires over the bullpen. 2-2 still. Just got word that it is Bryce Garza's birthday. As Price is looking to see if he can shut him down on his birthday. And a quick timeout. Schindler to talk to Donatello. (8-2) Canyon. Tigers need to rally these next 2 innings. Tigers are not looking to drop another game in district. Especially when Alamo Heights controls the tiebreak right now. Price fires a 2-2. And that ball gets past Schindler. And Banks steals third. And the count goes full on Garza. Three balls, 2 strikes to Bryce Garza. Price shakes off the first pitch. And now he's ready. The 3-2 to Garza. And Price got him. Comes into the game with a strikeout. Second out this inning. Great job by Price to get the second out of this inning. Here is Deuce Adams. Adams tonight 0 for 2. He does have a runner at third, though. As Price is looking now to get out of this inning. Adams floats it. Underneath it is Parker Cook, and that retires the side. But the Cougars put up another 3. And they lead 8-2 as we head to the top of the 6th. Tigers need to rally and need to rally fast. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care. The sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
new pitcher into the ball game for Canyon. It is going to be number 19, Braden Durst, the new pitcher for the Cougs, as he now faces the lineup of Big B, Parker Cook, and Ryland Mahoney. The Tigers now down 8-2 here at the top of the sixth as Big B looks at strike one. Brandon Arvison tonight, 1 for 2. He did have a single back in the second. Durst fires. Arvison swings and misses for strike one. 1-1 now on the senior. Brandon Arvison hoping to get at least on base this half inning as Durst fires. Arvison fouls it off of the net. A ball and 2 strikes now. And Durst is ready, and he fires. Brandon Arvison foul tips it, and count remains 1-2. Lopez went to talk to Durst real quick. That is high. 2-2 now to Brandon Arvison. Here's a pitch from Durst. Brandon Arvison foul tips it once again. Final line on Canalicchio. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. And Durst fires. Big B swings and misses, and he goes down on strikes and a first out of the 6th inning. Here comes Parker now with no one on and 1 out. Parker tonight is also 1 for 2 with a double back in the second. Durst fires. Parker hits it to the backstop for strike 1. 8-2 Canyon, top of the 6th. And now Durst fires the 0-1. Parker swings and misses for strike 2. 0-2 to the right fielder, with Ryland in the on-deck circle. Durst with the 0-2. Parker slices it to third, and it's going to be a put out that time by Garza, and it's the second out of the 6th inning. Here comes Ryland with no one on 2 outs. Mahoney tonight, 1 for 1. Double back in the second, and a walk back in the fourth. And Durst fires. And that is low for ball 1. 1-0 now to Mahoney. Matt Schindler in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Durst fires right down the middle for strike 1, 1-1. And now Durst with the 1-1. That catches the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes now to Ryland Mahoney. And Durst. And Ryland fouls it to the first base side, and the count remains 1-2. Durst is ready. The 1-2 to Ryland. And Ryland gets put away on the K's. And for the first time since the first inning, the Tigers go down in order 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. And at the end of 5.5, 8-2 Canyon. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
And they have the top of the order coming up. Hollinshead, Garcia, and Lopez as we welcome you back to New Braunfels, Texas. Melvin Jones here with you. Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Tigers need to avoid losing this game. They need a rally in the top of the 7. They trailed 8-2 to this first place Cougar team. Here is Blake Hollinshead to face Price for the first time tonight. And Price fires. Hollinshead fouls it out of play for strike 1. Hollinshead tonight, 1 for 3. Single back in the second. Facing Price Donatello for the first time this evening. And Price fires the 0-1. That is high for ball 1. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. E.J. Garcia in the on-deck circle for the Cougs. And that pitch is outside, 2-1 now on Hollinshead. Hollinshead fouls it off to the right field side once again, and the count goes to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. No one out. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Donatello shakes off the first pitch. Shakes off the second pitch. And now Price is comfortable, and he fires the 2-2 as Hollinshead fouls it to the back net, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is a very deep district, and the Tigers cannot afford another loss right now with Alamo Heights right behind us, and Alamo Heights holding the tiebreak. The 2-2 to Hollinshead. Hollinshead fouls it once again, and the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alamo Heights, 5-4 coming into tonight. Bernie Champion, who we play tomorrow, also 5-4. Lehman, 4-4. So a lot of movement here to get bunched up. Hollinshead once again fouls it out of play. Meanwhile, New Braunfels coming into tonight, New Braunfels Canyon coming into tonight 8-1, with Buda Johnson right behind them at 7-2. And our Tigers 6-3, but the Tigers are in trouble. Hollinshead takes it high, deep, and it is going to be over the head of Luke Hudson. And Hollinshead is going to stand up with a double to lead off this 6th inning. So the Cougars with the leadoff runner on. And up comes E.J. Garcia. Garcia tonight is 1 for 3, singling back in the first. But he has a runner on second base. Blake Hollinshead. Donatello looks back at second. And Price fires. And that pitch is high for ball 1. Tigers top of the 7th. Matt Schindler, Luke Hudson, Aiden Perry. All due up in the top of the 7th for the Tigers. As Price fires the 1-0. That pitch is outside, 2-0 now on Garcia. Price coming in last inning to replace Jackson Conover. Looking at 2 balls and no strikes now to E.J. Garcia. And that pitch goes low. 3 balls and no strikes now to Garcia. With Robbie Lopez in the on-deck circle for Canyon. A2 Cougars. Bottom of the 6th. Price Donatello now. Down in the count. 3 balls and no strikes. He fires 3-0, and that's inside. Matt Schindler. Did they call him out? It looks like Hollinshead was safe. And it's going to be another pitching change. It looks like Price's night is going to be done. Price exits. As let's see who's coming in. Pitching change for the Tigers. Tell you who it is when we come back. 8-2 with the runners at the corners. You're watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
How 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away, but they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
Austin Van Berkeley, VB, is in the ball game now for the Tigers, replacing Price Donatello.
Austin Van Berkeley. Now batting for the Cougars, number 2, Robbie Lopez.
As Lopez comes up.
Final in-district play tonight, Alamo Heights 3, Utah Johnson 1.
And that does not bode well for the Tigers as Alamo Heights defeated Buda Johnson tonight. Tigers lose. They would drop into 4th via the tiebreak. As VB now goes up against Lopez for the first time. VB comes in with runners in the corners. No outs. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Van Berkeley gets a first pitch strike. 0-1 now on Lopez. VB now fires the 0-1, and that pitch is outside to get past Matt Schindler. Ken Schindler gets the VB. He cannot get it to VB, and another run scores, and it is now 9-2 Canyon. Definitely not something that the Tigers wanted to know, as that time Lopez pops it up and Brandon Arvidsson grabs it for the first out of the 6th inning. Here it comes.
Number 22, Will
Canalicchio back up for the Cougars. Canalicchio tonight is 0 for 2. He did get on last inning with an error, a throwing error from Jackson Conover. And now VB fires the first pitch of the at-bat, and that goes well inside for ball 1. So a win for Canyon puts them up 2 games and a tie break on Buda Johnson. Canyon could be on their way to back-to-back district titles. Canalicchio is ready for the pitch from VB. The 2-0 now from Austin. Right down the middle for strike 1. Tigers, meanwhile, if they do not come back via the tiebreak, will fall into 4th place. If the playoffs were to start tonight, they would be the 4th seed coming out of District 26. And VB steps off the bag, calls time, and Schindler is going to come out to him. So a lot of things in play, as after tonight, we will have 6 district games remaining. 6 crucial games remaining, including a huge one Thursday night as Alamo Heights comes into the jungle. VB fires a 2-1. Canalicchio pops it up. Nico is underneath it, and Nico grabs it for the second out of the 6th inning.
Center fielder, Isaac Iaredigoyena.
Here's Isaac Y now. 1 on, 2 outs. Bottom half of the 6th. And a 9-2 lead for Canyon. Isaac Y, of course, the hottest hitter in this Cougar lineup, 3 for 3 tonight. VB goes down the middle for strike 1. 0-1 now on the center fielder. Evan Janner in the on-deck circle for Canyon. VB fires the 0-1. That is high for ball 1. 1-1. Tigers travel to Bernie tomorrow to take on champion. Pre-game at 12:50. First pitch, 1 p.m. right here on Vype Live. VB goes wide for ball 2. 2-1 now to Isaac Y. Van Berkeley looks back at second, fires a 2-1. That's outside once again. 3 balls, 1 strike to Isaac Y. Luke Hudson, Aiden Perry due up top half of the 7th for the Tigers. As that pitch goes foul Count is full now on Isaac Y. Here is the 3-2. That ball goes into the dirt for ball 4, and the runners advance to third. Isaac Y gets on for the 4th time tonight. Runners at the corners now. 2 outs. Evan Janner coming up. Janner 0 for 2 tonight. But he has runners at the corners. 2 outs. 9-2. Tigers have given up 15 runs the last 2 games. And VB goes wide for ball 1. 1-0 to Janner. Here's the 1-0 now. And VB fires. And it is that time out to Aiden Dennis. And this inning is over. But another run on the board for the Cougars. They now lead 9-2 as we head to the top of the 7th. Schindler, Hudson, Perry, all coming up for the Tigers. You're watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Coming in to pinch hit from Matt Schindler. And Wyatt awaits the first pitch from Durst with a called strike here in the top of the 7th. Tigers trail 9-2. And Wyatt slices it foul. And he goes quickly down in the count, 0-2. As Durst now readies the 0-2. And Wyatt goes swinging for the first out in this 7th inning. As Theo now steps up, Theo has been struggling. He's back to pitch hit for Luke Hudson, and he swings and misses for strike 1. 0-1 to Theo. Sam Macajanian in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Durst goes outside for ball 1. The count is even now to Theo Howard. 1 out here in the top of the 7th, and Theo swings and misses for strike 2. 1-2 now to Theo Howard. Durst now with the 1-2. Theo swings and misses, and Theo goes now. Second strikeout of the inning. Fourth strikeout total for Durst. And the Tigers are now down to their final out. Here comes Sammy. And now Durst fires, and Sammy looks at strike one. 0-1 to Sam McAjanian. Hayden Dunn is in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And Sammy pops it foul, and the Tigers are down to their final strike. Durst readies the 0-2. Sammy foul tips it. It gets away. They called a strike. It wasn't a foul tip. Sammy's going to make it to first. Durst with strikeout number 5. But it got away from Lopez that time. So Sammy gets on, and here's Hayden Dunn. Hayden now coming in to bat for Aiden Dennis. Nico still coming up to the on-deck circle. Durst fires. That pitch is outside, and Sammy gets back no problem. (9-2). Canyon. Durst fires. High. 2-0 now to Hayden. As Durst now fires a 2-0. And he got a call strike that time. 2-1 now to Hayden. And now Durst. 2 balls and a strike. And Hayden swings and misses. And the Tigers once again are down to their final strike. Sammy's at first. Tigers trail 9-2. Durst fires. Hayden swings, misses, and a put out. And that is going to do it. So Canyon has defeated the Tigers by a final score of 9-2. We will have the final numbers when we come back here to New Braunfels. Tigers fall tonight, 9-2. You're watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Texas.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
As Canyon defeated the Tigers in a very crucial game that the Tigers needed. as the Tigers now go from 3rd to 4th in the district standings due to Alamo Heights defeating Buda Johnson tonight 3-1. Alamo Heights has the tiebreaker over the Tigers. They are now in 3rd place with the showdown between the two teams coming next Thursday. Tigers, meanwhile, they have business to take care of tomorrow at 1 p.m. in Bernie, Texas, as they take on Champion in a game that is definitely needed for the Tigers. Final numbers tonight. Canyon, 9 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Your Tigers tonight, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Jackson Conover goes 4 in the 3rd, 8 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. So the Tigers need to regroup tonight and get ready to take that long trip to Bernie, Texas tomorrow afternoon against the Chargers from Canyon. Not exactly the game that the Tigers were looking for, but they have to regroup. Early first pitch tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock, pregame right here on Vype Live, beginning at 12:50. Massive thanks to the best QA in the business, Nate Nunez. Welcome back. We missed you the last couple of weeks. We're glad you're back on the horn. Tune in tomorrow, folks, 12:50. Very important game for the Tigers as they go to Bernie to take on the Chargers of Champion. 12:50 pregame, first pitch at 1 o'clock right here on Vype Live for everyone with our Vype family. Melvin Jones is saying good night from New Braunfels. Canyon wins 9-2. This has been Tigers Baseball on Vype Live. Good night, folks.